What's going on? What's going good, everyone? It's your guy, Pat Bernard, alongside my right hand man, Steve Fuentes. Steve, what's going on?
Things could be better. Things could be better in the world of union soccer, but I'm doing pretty good other than that. But how about you, man?
Well, Steve, you know what? In the last, I want to say, 40 hours at Subaru Park, it has not been pretty for either of us because either of us have yet to witness a W, and either of us have, enjoyed it. I mean, this is, I don't know what's going on down there. I don't know what's going on. This team is not responding. This team is sloppy, and let's start out. I mean, the most interesting conversation we've had in the last 48 hours to any kind of life that was shown so far on Subaru Park was a raccoon running around. What the hell's a raccoon running around there anyway? But it seems like that raccoon had more life than the whole entire team. I mean, the first half, I mean, where was this team? This team didn't even bother showing up. Where was it? It was invisible. I mean, it only took under 2 minutes, under 2 minutes that New York got on the scoreboard. Are you kidding me? Where's the defense? This defense is getting cooked. And you got poor Oliver Summer, just a man all alone on an island with no defense in front of him. Just purely getting cooked. And you thought that the Union would have brought a little bit more of an A game. You're seeing your old backup goaltender standing right behind you over there with Matt Freeze, thinking I would figure this team's got I looked at all these games that they've been losing. Four straight to four teams that you should have won and you lost. All right, I'll give you Salt Lake. I'll give you that. But those other teams, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me, Philadelphia Union? Just about a month ago, you were sitting in the 2-3 seed, breathing down the back of Miami. And now you fell down to the ninth seed. What in the world is going on in Subaru Park? I mean, I asked the question at the tail end of the Orlando game to Jim Curtin. I said, let's throw it. Why not go with Andrew Rick at this point? He said, it's a ball move. But guess what? I mean, you can call me crazy, you call me insane, but I mean, you need some kind of change because this team is not responding. I mean, last time I checked, I know you checked, there's two halves of soccer. This team only shows up for one. It's
It doesn't
pathetic.
matter which half it is.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know. You don't know if you're going to get good union first half or good union second
Mm-hmm.
half, and it doesn't matter when you get the good union. They're down. And it's not even like they're good. It's when you're playing desperate, you're going to be able to create things. And that's all this offense has really been this year is from playing down because of the defense, unforced errors, sloppy play, like you were saying, and it's just, uncharacteristic. Like look, like four straight at home. Um, Carranza said it after the game last night. Teams used to, fear having to come to this building. And
Yes.
now he was like, now it's almost like we lost the respect. Now we have to go earn that respect back from what this team had built of coming into that fortress, coming into Subaru Park. And it is just, you have to laugh at the raccoon because he
Yeah.
had moved. I was like, dang, like, oh snap. Like, but I was
Yes.
like, we need that out there. And you talk about the goal that happened 2 minutes into the game. Look who started that fast break. It was
Yes.
Pereira, a former
Yes.
guy, a guy who could have been doing that for us for the Union, and it's just that fast. Why is Leon Flack starting a game? And let alone playing that much? He is so flat-footed. He doesn't. I would rather have Martinez out there who is constantly making ill-advised passes or just not paying attention, and it's errors that lead to goals, which is why they're getting down. And it's it's the same things over and over and over. And I go back to the Orlando game. That is a
Mm-hmm.
game. uh, Now I'm going to put that whole game on curtain. Ua
Well,
started that game great. 12 minutes into the game, goal, right? But then who was the
mm-hmm.
one guy who we said the Union have to pay attention for? Duncan McGuire, right?
Yes.
And he ties the game up less than 10 minutes in, right? But then
Mm-hmm.
it's not just that goal. It's not just that goal. It was three unanswered goals that Orlando
Yes.
had. But then Curtin doesn't make a sub until like the 80th minute. And that's when you want to introduce Ty to everybody. And and
Yes.
and it was just so symbolic of the way this season has gone. Gazdag misses a penalty kick for the first
Yes.
time. And it's like, are you kidding me? Like now
Eh,
that's happening. And go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
No, no, because it's funny you said it because I felt like when I was in the press and I saw everyone felt it. In Subaru Park, the minute he got, we all expect, okay, this is where Gazak is going to tie up the game. The minute the goaltender made the stop, it was like the game was over. It just felt, it was over by then.
You felt and you heard. I watched the videos over probably like 4 or 5 times
Hmm.
of you could hear the stadium, the like, and even his rebound shot, his putback, it just sailed over the crossbar so bad, and it's almost like, damn, did he even realize that like did that just happen? Did he just make that save? And kudos to the Orlando goalkeeper. Like, good for him, man. Like that, it was a hell of a save. But
Yeah,
but even for
he played
Gazdag,
solid.
he went the same way that he went for the first penalty kick that he had earlier to make it 3-2. So it was like, oh my god, just even that right now they can't even get right anymore. All those sort of things, and it's just two losses at home, in less than a week, four now in a row, and it's deflating because it's you get no points at home, and in the last 5 games you get 1 point, 1 point, and like
Yeah,
you were saying, a month and a half ago, this team is sitting in second place, second or third place, and now it's like ninth place, but it's like deep in ninth place. It's like
yeah.
now you got to go string wins, and where are you going to find them? Where are you going to find them?
So Angry Anthony's checking in. He goes, "Hey guys," and he's also saying, "Yeah, it is disgusting, Angry Anthony. This might be the most intelligent thing you said so far." And um, listen, it's Steve, it's true. I mean, this team is that bad. I mean, like I'm just trying to figure out what happened. Where's the communication at? Because you could tell this is Andre
None.
Blake's team because
Yeah.
defense has shown signs of this before. But this time, if the defense were showing those kind of signs, Andre Blake would be in somebody's booty for it. I mean, Silva just, Albert Silva knows that's not his place, but you could tell he's begging for help. He is looking for help. It looks like defense getting cooked. It looks like they're getting beat off the ball. It looks like I see Glazos just kind of just chasing guys down. And then like on the offensive side of the ball, other than Carranza, I mean, yeah, look sharp on it, getting that free kick. But I mean, where's the creativity? Where are you guys coming up with some good plays? Like where are we getting started? Like there's not like I feel like every opposing defense knows what you want to do. Like they know Jim Kern's playbook. There's nothing creative. I mean, they're making tons of stoppage, and they're putting us in a hole already. And I guess I don't know if that's because of desperation, because they put us in a hole already, and now all of a sudden we're just taking shot after shot, and nothing really creativity is coming out of that, coming from them. So I don't know, man. But this is I know. Look, it's mid May. This is still a quarter of the season. But I'm still, in some regards, man, in one way or another, I'm pushing the panic button a little bit, just a little bit. I get it, we're down, we're missing our best goalkeeper, but still, you can only go that route for so long because I mean, it was not too long ago. I was Silver looked like a starter, and now, if anything,
Starter, yeah.
yeah, if anything, he looked like a Ryan Fitzpatrick. A good, nice couple starts, and now all of a sudden, my man looks lost. I mean, it's just, and then again, like I said, he's just a man of his island. Again, you're facing breakaways. The defense is really not there in front of you. Pat, don't get started. Yes, Angry Anthony. Uh, the problem is no injury. It feels like the Union looks sick of each other out there, just like the Eagles last year with the coaches. Listen, I don't know if the coach's
Mhm.
message is lost there, Angry Anthony, but I will say, for the team to only respond to one half of soccer, it is starting to, it does make a couple questions. It does question things. Like, why are we having one half of soccer? And then, like I said, Saturday, I thought we were going to bounce back. Like you mentioned about the UA goal being 5 minutes in. No, Duncan McGuire answered. And what did you say? You said this Union defenses make the opposing offense's playmakers look like big time playmakers. Like Duncan McGuire only has like what 4 to 5 goals. He's not, I mean, he's their best player, but they made it look like he was Wayne Gretzky out there or something like a Messier. Um, then you got this Luis Morel guy. I mean, two back-to-back goals from him. I mean, one was kind of like from the 18 spot. The other one, he just makes plays, and you're right at a 3-0 hole, and you can't be doing that. You're not going to be able to win games. This is like the old Flyers mentality. When they're down 4-0 in a game, you can't expect your team to constantly bail you out. You can't expect your offense to do it.
and 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 it's almost like I feel bad because it's you say where's the creativity, where's the the playmaking. Jack McGlynn
Mm-hmm.
has been playing his what off. He has been having
Yes.
some passes that just nobody is converting on the other end. um Sullivan, eh, teams have figured him out. Opposing scouting are doing a great job on him because it was
Mm-hmm.
his athleticism before that would really stand out. That it was like, oh my God, his speed. You kept saying, his speed is crazy. What he's able to do out there, and he does have a few assists. I'll give him that, but teams have figured him out. Um, and then
Yeah.
just there's no one on the other side of some of these Jack McGlynn balls. And Kai, there's no one on the other end of his crosses and his set pieces that he has. That
Yes.
goal by Carranza was a great goal. I mean, amazing goal. But you expect that from him. You expect
Yeah.
that goal from Uwa in the 12th minute. But where is to me it is all on the midfield. It's on Martinez. It's on Flock. It's on. I'm not really going to put too much of it on Bedoya because you're asking him to play 90 minutes. Yeah, he didn't play
Yes.
90 minutes on last night, but the 3 out of the 4 games before last night, he played 90 minutes. Why is he doing that? Where is Bueno at? He is someone who, for me, is starving for minutes, and he's not getting it. And soon you're going to lose him to him and Martinez to the Venezuelan national team for Copa America, and you're not even going to be able to see a chance. And it almost looks and sounds and feels like what we just saw against us last night with Pereira, where it's like, come on, like you're not giving these guys and these young guys a chance where that depth is needed. To me, there's no reason why Flock should be starting any game. Sub, sure, absolutely. That's more of his role. Bedoya, we've talked about it before in the past. That his role should be coming off the bench unless it's a, you know, tournament sort of run they're on, or back to
Mm-hmm.
back on Wednesday, Saturday game. But you mentioned about Andre Blake. I, he's frustrated, and I almost feel like sometimes he maybe is he like, oh man, like my back does kind of hurt. Like I could play, but you know, you guys would seem so pretty good set on Zemla. Why don't you just let him do it? I'm sure he's heard the murmurs of people talking about, maybe it's passing the torch and stuff. And he's been frustrated. He's voiced his frustrations about the front office and them not doing anything, and maybe they should bring some new. He's in cryptic tweets and all that sort of stuff. So
Mm-hmm.
he's not even out there. You mentioned he's not out there. Where Zemla looks lost. Some of those goals, it's like Blake. I'd rather have Blake out there injured,
Yes.
but
Yes.
I don't even know if he wants to be out there.
Yeah. You made some good solid points. One about Bedoya. I mean, listen, this is it to me. This is speaking volumes, and not good because why are you asking your old-time veteran player to step up and you're begging him 90 minutes of soccer because why you don't trust what else comes off the is that your best weapon off the bench as far as productivity? You don't trust anybody else to try and score points. I mean I get it. There's listen, Bedoya, he's able to facilitate, he great plays, nice. But what else do you have? What else do you really have is scoring? You really don't have anything. Anger Anthony saying it feels like the Union are scared and afraid to hustle. I mean, I don't know about that. I mean, well, they look at it on defense, um, but when you also look at it
It's
too,
mental.
when like I said, it's a mental block that's going on right now, and we can't figure out like what's going on with this team. Um, and like I said, and then you mentioned about Al Silva. I mean, Silva just looks like again a serviceable backup at best. At best, he's hot for a
Yeah.
few games. Is this is who he is, and we just bought into the atmosphere like, oh, this is the curtain system. Well, listen, if we're going to throw the rose petals, saying he's going to be this great, up and coming goaltender, we got to give the thorn bushes while we're at it. So, I would love to have been in that press box room last night because at this point, Jim's got to ask, start getting asked the hard questions. What's going on?
Oh,
Is your message not getting across? I mean, I watched a little bit of it this morning with good old John, our man from the Inquirer, my man John Tuttlewell. I got to catch him. I got to catch a little bit of the press box, and Jim looks like he did say that Carranza spoke up during halftime, trying to like
mhm.
be the voice in the locker room, trying to be, and that's all fine and dandy, but you gotta show some aggression. You gotta show this is your fourth straight home loss. Think about that because it wasn't just you sprinkling last night with rain and water. It was sprinkling boo birds, and at some point, those boo birds turn into blue seats, and you don't want that. You don't want that. Boo birds are one thing, but not come. An empty seat. It's
you
hurtful. So you know what I mean. You got to turn it around.
you you could hear clear as day. It got so quiet after that second goal by Wolf for NYCFC. Their away
Yes.
section, their supporter section was chanting to the river end, "We can't hear you." And it was a good solid 30 seconds to a minute of them just, and the river end just had to eat it because it was like, what am I supposed to do? Sort of deal. But it's even for Curtin, in the press conference after the game, he was questioned about why make the defensive subs that you did. Why not, being down a goal, why was it not that you had the offensive mindset of going into someone like Bueno, who has a more of an offensive mindset than Mbazo and Martinez. And it was just like he said, oh, well, we told Mbazo and we told Martinez to attack, and, the way things played out. No one wants to hear that crap, really,
No.
because it's the same exact thing. And then even afterwards, after his, when Carranza made himself available, he was asked about, Curtin had mentioned, you were the one who spoke up the loudest at half. Do you feel like you had to do that, because you felt like you had to feel like a leader? And he was like, no. He was like, I just feel like the players are getting sick and tired of hearing Jim say the same thing over again. So he had said I'd mentioned something to Harriel, Nathan, and then I just started speaking up. So it's like even then, even what based
Yeah.
off of what Jim's saying compared to what Carranza's saying isn't even lining up, because Jim is like, yeah, Carranza, he spoke up like a leader and everything, but then Carranza's saying like, nah, I'm not really trying to be a leader or anything. I'm just, sick of Jim saying it, so I'm gonna say it. And it's just even in that way, they can't get they can't get their synced up in their chemistry, even when it comes to
Yes.
those
Yes.
things. And it's just the subs, the usage of the subs is frustrating. There's really, besides the standouts of like McGlynn and Carranza when he's out there, and Harriel, and then maybe Gazdag breaking the franchise goal record. Where is the standout? Where is the real like moment that makes you feel like this team is, really going to do something? The teams that they've lost to, 13th ranked at the time, Seattle in the West. Um, this game against are against Orlando at the time, 14th ranked team. Now we're getting ready to go into New England, and they're the last ranked team. How do you feel? I mean, like, I shouldn't feel any
Uh,
better than I did against those games. So it's like I don't even know where to begin about how do you fix this.
Listen, we're going to come back. We're going to take a quick commercial break. Before I get in there, Anger Anthony says, if I was the GM of the union, I would make a statement and tell the players and coaches to get their bleep together and trade and fire. Wow. Then he also replies, if Pat was my coach, I'd tell him to get your bleep together or you'll be fired. Thank you, Anger Anthony. Thanks for being my coach and my inspiration. Anger Anthony, you make
Right?
my day. You make my day,
Motivational
Anger
speaker.
Anthony. Eventually, listen, Anger Anthony, where would America be without Anger Anthony in my life? But listen, we're going to take a quick commercial break because you do bring up a good point because I'm going to respond about us losing these bottom feeders.
If you're a Philly sports fan and you want to travel with your favorite team, then travel with the best. If you want to travel with the pros, then go to phillysportstrips.com. Philly Sports Trips features premium travel and tailgating experiences for the best fans ever the Philadelphia sports fan. Philly Sports Trips has self-travel packages and full travel packages available with round-trip flights for Phillies, Eagles, Flyers, Sixers, and even the Union. They even offer day trips for more local games. Go to phillysportstrips.com, sign up immediately, and tell them EOP sent you. Do not forget, Philly Sports Trips has all the away trips for the Eagles' upcoming 2024 season, including the Brazil trip week 1. Jump on it now before you lose out on all these great opportunities. Go to phillysportstrips.com and don't miss the next great Philly sports moment.
There I am. I had a quick go to the bathroom there, but yes, Anger Anthony, I want to tell you you're inspirational. But you're right. You're right. You looked at it. We're losing. This is what happened to the Flyers. You lost to a bunch of bottom feeders, and if you do lose this Saturday to this lonely, no good New England team that has no business being in the MLS right now. But if you so happen to lose to that New England team out there, you might as well just pack it in now. You might as well just not even show up to Subaru Park. You might as well just throw the white towel in and say, "Here, I'm ready for 2025," because you don't deserve to be here. That's a disgrace. I mean, this is it's pretty bad. it's pretty bad how this team is just it's just so typical Philadelphia. You're hanging with the teams of Minnesota's of the world. You're hanging with you're taking care of Nashville. You're taking care of this team, that team. Great. Now you're facing the bottom feeders, like you said, Seattle, Orlando, who's just knocking on the door of the basement. They're like 3 steps up from the basement floor. Now you're facing the basement floor, and if you choke on this one, you like I said, pack it in. You don't even deserve the union. Just check out. Just be checked out. I mean, this is ridiculous. Anger Anthony, we got a couple more cool comments coming in. Anger Anthony says against New England, the Union will lose because the Union are a mess. Great observation there, Anthony. Good observation there, buddy. I mean, you are just clicking on all cylinders. Frankie James checking us. How we doing, boys? He says, "What's up, Steve?
What's going on, man?"
The talent is there for the Union to win a lot of games. Yeah, Angry Ant, there's a lot of talent, but the thing is, I don't know if there's the playmaking ability. I don't know if the creativity is there. I don't know if the head coach is doing his job. There's questions there. It's just this team needs to go back to fundamental soccer.
You know what this is like the analogy, right? That it kind of reminds me of. It's when you constantly get the same groceries, right? No matter what, when you go to the store, if you go to the grocery store every 2 weeks and you get the same list, right? You're eventually going to have stuff in the cupboard that's going to go stale because you're getting the same thing, right? So this is the same thing that is sitting in the cupboard, and guess what? It's gone stale. The team, there's nothing new to put in the cupboard to spice things up, to make that next meal a little bit, taste a little bit better. And there's you have the summer to do it, but there's so many questions with that, because what if you lose Carranza in the summer, and what if you lose anybody else in the summer? Because what incentive right now does Carranza have to be like, you know what, I really want to stay here and continue this right now. It opens up, right? Go ahead.
No, and believe it or not, you're talking about, I believe Dalen Gosling just got a phone call. He just got the call up to Hungary for going to play over there in the Euro. So, I mean, listen, he's not going to be. You lose him. Oh, yeah. You might as well start pulling out your butt hairs at this point. I mean, forget the hairs on top of your head. I mean, geez. I mean, this is terrible. And here goes Anger Anthony says this team needs James Harden as a coach because he will take the team from this to the strip clubs. Oh boy, here goes. And Anger Anthony takes the show right off the rails, everyone. So Steve, if you never had Anger Anthony checking in your show, here we go. Take the team to the strip club and show them a good time. Maybe that's what the team needs. Yes, Anger Anthony.
They would. The young guys grow up quick, right?
What young guys are we talking about?
Grow up quick, man. Goodness. Oh,
yes. Anger Anthony's looking for the good old tug a toot. Yes, Anger Anthony. You want to play with your tug a toot. Good job. Get your cheesesteak while you're at it. But yeah, Anger Anthony, you're always a trip, my friend. Always a trip. You might have the best. That might have been the best statement of the show so far. But yeah, I mean, like I said, you're going up to New England, and I'm hoping for the whole bondage thing, and maybe just stay outside, Subaru Park, and clear your head a little bit. But yes, go out there, go and get your head together, and figure this out. And you're going to be spending 2 days on the road. I mean, you're going up in New England and back down in Charlotte. They need to clear their heads and get this thing right. And like you said, you lose Gazdag. Oy vey.
I think I believe it was Jonathan who asked Jim about, are players like David Vasquez, is he going to become available then? If Carranza and Gazdag are to leave, and then you start to think about Cavan How and when, how soon does he become available? And
Mm-hmm.
if this team continues to underperform, is when do you see them? You keep saying, we're only in May, but we're almost halfway through the season a little bit. And then once we get there, looking at the record, it's like, dang, are we just going to let the young guys play and see what how many points we can get with them to give them the experience? Because then it almost goes into instant like rebuild mode. And that's when it's like, oh man, you're really going to get I would say the newer fan base of the last 5 to 6 years, like, whoa. And then you're going to get the older fan base who are, I was seeing memes coming out of, the trash bag or the brown paper bag over the
Yes.
head, where people were like, I'm gonna get this jersey out here soon. And there's talks of a walkout, at the June 1st game, against who is it? Charlotte, right? Montreal, against Montreal. There's talks of a walkout of the river end and our section walking out into the concourse as like a protest sort of deal. And it's things are escalating to that level. And it's like, if you lose to a team like New England, who has only put up 9 goals, dude,
Mm-hmm.
9 goals. They've only scored 9 goals, but they've allowed 22, but the Union have allowed 21. So is this the game where we keep saying, oh, well, here's New England. They're going to put up 2, 3 goals. And it's like, boom, it's a typical Union game. And I feel like the fans and everyone should be allowed to have that attitude. I don't know. How do you feel about, what the outcome of the game is going to be?
Well, listen, I'm going to touch on that. Let me get 2 more commercials because I want to bang these out. Let's go through David Archerry
If you
Esquire.
get hurt at work, in a motor vehicle accident, personal injury, or affected by criminal law, you call David R. Cherry of the Cherry Firm. Cherry Law Firm is here to fight for you and get what you deserve. Cherry Injury Law is a dedicated, well-established personal injury law firm built on the promise of aiding the seriously injured throughout the state of Pennsylvania. If you have been seriously injured in the state of PA by the negligence of another, and if you have questions for a Westchester or Media personal injury attorney, please don't hesitate to call. Call 610-565-0300 or go to cherryinjurylaw.com. Let David R. Cherry fight for your right. And again, that number is 610-565-0300 or go to cherryinjurylaw.com.
And let me get that one.
When you're staying local and you want to watch a great game or just hang out with some great people, go to Dolan's Bar at 24 East Sellers Ave in Ridley Park, right off I-95 south of the Philadelphia airport. For over 65 years, Dolan's has thrived because of one reason: the amazing people of Philadelphia. Great music, great times, memorabilia, giveaways, great drinks, and great food. You never know when a former Philly sports icon walks through that door. You go to Dolan's at 24 East Sellers Ave, Ridley Park in the 19078. Tell PJ that EOP sent you. Go to dolansbar.com or follow them on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, or TikTok.
Dolan's Bar, what? I think May 25th at Dolan's. There's a wiffle ball tournament going on there.
Yes, there is.
Right, Pat?
You got the Wolf Ball Mania. You got the Wolf Ball Mania with Mickey Morandini and John Kruk. They will be in the house. If I had that darn ad with me, I would pop it up here. But listen, tons of stuff coming up here at Edge of Philly Sports, man. I mean, like I said, if you need to go on a trip, go to Philly Sports Trips. Again, guys, Father's Day weekend, can't beat it. Going down to Baltimore, it's going to have a good time. Father's Day weekend is also continues, well, the weekend before, going to Ridley Park, Fenway Park, rather. So many more things here to do. But you mentioned about, again, going up there and fixing things. And, and Jim Curtin, there's a lot going on with this team. And we have to decipher, who should be in that. And if I'm curious to know, at this point, you're facing the worst team in the league. Why not go the Andrew route? I mean, I
Why
don't know.
not?
I mean, they're not responding. They're not responding at all. Real fast. Oh boy.
Uh-oh.
The night only gets better. The night only gets better as far as the comments. Uh, Anger Anthony says, does it seem like the players don't want to play for the unit, or just how the people just play the show? Uh, about you were saying show play to show people that they can play good and leave. No, listen, I'm with Steve. I mean, that's the only way you're going to get that front office. That front office doesn't want to spend money. They made it clear. Jim said they don't want to spend money on talent. They rather just develop talent.
Yeah,
So
and they're not.
listen, that's the only way. If they see signs of blue seats, it might just have to change their philosophy. It might have to change.
It's
I mean,
embarrassing.
it's
It's an
embarrassing. I mean,
embarrassing look. Yeah.
you based your future and your credibility off of your farm system, and that's all fine and dandy. But not everyone's built to pan out. Not everyone builds out the pans out in
Yeah.
soccer. Some are, some are really good. Some are, listen, the great ones, the Yankees of the world, the Lakers of the world. They go out and spend. You know what I mean? They money talks a lot. Those payrolls are huge. Joseph checking is. I'm just glad that they went to go to Charlotte next week. I have the NASCAR race to look forward to because I don't feel as comfortable in winning like I did when I was booked this trip. Uh, I still believe that there's
Yeah.
some that they're supporting our club though. Yeah, we'll see, man. Joe, I mean, listen, you're not wrong. You're not
You got to
wrong.
keep supporting them.
You gotta keep on supporting them, man. Like I said, we're gonna sit there and kick over the table. I mean, at the end of the day, they're still our squad. It's just not
Yeah.
great. There's not. And here goes another one. CTH is checked into the show. Says, "How does Curran still have a job?" Well, CTH, I don't know. Uh, and then Angry Anthony goes, "The owner should sell the team." Great, man. I mean, we're getting people to sell the team. We're asking, "How's Jim Curran still have a job?" From CTH. I mean, we're getting a bunch of mad fans coming through here. And as expected, I mean, if you're angry,
Yeah.
listen. Me and Steve want to hear from you. Let out your frustrations. I mean, this is the time to do it. This team has let you down 4 times at home. You guys would go down there and coming in here, you pay what, $30 something for a parking ticket. Whatever, $35, $40, whatever, for a parking ticket. You come in, you buy, you get your food and stuff, and you get this as a display. I'd be frustrated too. I'd be frustrated. Where's the heart at on this team? Where's the heart? The heart is it's gone.
It's
I don't know
only
where
for
it's been.
45 minutes. It's only for 45 minutes is what we're getting. We're getting the heart. And, so I feel bad for
Yes.
Jim, blaming him in a way, because the only real blame I have with Jim in the way he's going about things is his his lineups and his use of subs, because it's not Jim who's making the bonehead mistakes that Jose Martinez is, but it is Jim who's putting Flack out there to start a game, to start a match. It is Jim who's allowing Bedoya, and I don't know how much Bedoya has a say and how much he's like, no, leave me out here. But at the end of the day, Jim's the manager. Jim, the guy who's going to be calling the shots. So he's got to pull these guys. Kai is so frustrated, but he's one of the ones who's making some of these errors. He was so mad
Yes.
that he didn't get the foul called on him. He's lucky he didn't get a red. I'm going to be honest with you, last night. But that was the second goal that led to that free kick from Hans Wolf. That goal, and
Yes.
Curtin
Yes.
said at the press conference at the post game, he said that it was like a under a U12 sort of goal that they conceded, and I was like, oh man, that's embarrassing to say out loud. But it goes
Mhm.
into your point about Zemla. If Andre Blake isn't going to be available, and I've seen backup goalies with shorter leashes and who have performed, worse than this, going on to a 4-game home losing streak. and now going on the road against the worst team really in MLS. Like you said, why not start the kid? Why not start Rick? Isn't that why you brought him up? You
That's what I asked. I mean, you brought them up, but you might as well use them at some point. I mean, there's big questions about Simba. I mean, like you said, that's a routine. Look, your head coach said it. That's an under 12 move. That's an under 12
like,
move, and you
ugh.
couldn't stop it.
I was like,
And again,
ugh.
it's like I said, Hans Wolf just hit you with a basic fundamental move, and
I don't even know if
it's
he
like
was
a
really shooting.
no.
I'm gonna be
I think it
honest.
was. I thought the winner had a little bit to do with it. Anger Anthony says if I want to spend $40 for the park, and if I would watch Temple Owls and play against a good team and at the link.
Speaking of the Temple Owls, it was the Temple Owl. What is he? I think he was a center who got drafted by the Eagles, who hit the drum. So besides the
Oh,
raccoon, that was probably the only other bright spot, probably of last night.
great. So we got the Eagles news draft pick banging drums, and we got a raccoon running around. That really excites us because this soccer team has looked lost. It's bad.
Dude, they
Here goes.
made a top sports card of the raccoon.
Did they? Yes, dude, I saw.
Yeah.
I'm seeing this raccoon. I'm seeing this raccoon all over the place. I mean, this is. So you mean to tell me in the last week
Yep.
you've had
Say
Lil
I know what you're
Sullivan,
gonna say.
Lil Sullivan being the talk of the town, and a raccoon. Not the team
And the
about the winning. We're talking about things that are happening to the team.
I need
Come on, man.
a 14-year-old and a raccoon.
Yes, we got a 14-year-old and a raccoon that's making airways more than the team itself, making more publicity moves than the team itself. It's Joe saying, "Got my picture with Hennessy last night." Oh, I think we're talking about the
That
wrong
was the
kind of
guy who
Hennessy.
no, that was the guy
Yes.
who hit the drum. That's his last.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
yeah, I'm sure he
Yeah.
probably needed a picture with a bottle of Hennessy probably too after 4 straight at
Yes.
home. Man.
Yes. CTH saying that's sad. Yes, CTH, it is sad. It's sad for this team. This team is horrible.
CTH, that cracks me up.
Yes, that's a famous listener to the program, CTH.
Yeah.
But yeah, listen, the routes have fallen off. I don't know. I mean, 4 straight home, and it's not like you said. This is not to like the Miamis or Cincinnati or LA Galaxy right now. I mean, this is to Seattle and Orlando, and come on, this is bottom feeder teams. This is
And
and
a young
this,
NYCFC team. A young
a young.
NYCFC team.
So if you lose to this team, yikes. I mean, they got a guy on New England that only Carl Gill
yeah,
has 4 goals. 4 goals. That's it. And the rest of them have, some guys have 1. They only have, they're 2-8. They're 2-8. If you can't put away a 2-8 team, please don't show up.
pack it in.
Pack it in, get the white flag, wave up in the air, do whatever you got to do. Just pack it in. Oh boy. Anger Anthony's, oh boy. Oh boy. Anger Anthony is Union.
I don't think they do they?
Yeah, well, I think he's at the
they have
wrong.
the people who bring the drum out.
Yes, the Union need topless cheerleaders to get motivated. I think you're at the wrong cheerleaders there, bud. Here goes JD Walker. He goes, the raccoon was a 1,400 point viewer. Wow, 1,400 viewers on my channel. That's incredible.
Went crazy, dude.
Thanks, JD. It's amazing. A 14-year-old and a raccoon publicized the Philadelphia Union. Oh wait, that's right. The Philadelphia Union are catching somewhat publicity for being on a 4-game losing streak. Jeez.
Yeah. Thank goodness for the raccoon that is distracting people that
Yeah.
people are still talking about it, but we're still talking about the raccoon a little bit before we talk about the 4-game losing streak. But it's you need to go into this game angry.
Yes.
The same frustration that they continuously have in the locker room after these losses at home. You know, a question was asked to Kai. Is going away on the road going to be a little nice? Because you talked about that, a couple minutes ago
Mm-hmm.
about getting get out of Philly, get out of Chester, and
Mm-hmm.
this is the perfect team. I know it's been Groundhog Day of us keep saying, "Oh yeah, this guy, he's only scored 4 goals," or and it's like,
Yeah.
dang, we keep
Yeah.
saying it over and over, and but at some point, this Union team has to. It. This is the game, I think, that we're either going to look back on and go, "Damn, we lost to New England, who's put up 9 goals. They have 5 assists on the season, dude. That's it." And we're either going to look back on this game and go, "We lost to this team," or you remember when we dominated that team and then like we rattled off like 3 out of the next 4 and stuff, and we got people excited again.
Mm-hmm.
It's this next row. We're on the schedule. We're on the 3rd row now. Montreal's a decent team. Toronto's a good team. You got Charlotte's a good team, and then you got Miami, Cincinnati. You're going against Charlotte again, Montreal again. So this stretch of games after this game against New England is really going to prove to this team that the New England game was the game that they either figured it out or that was the game that everyone packed it in. That people were just going to the Union Yards and Sons of Ben tailgate to
Mm-hmm.
socialize. Maybe they went into the game. Tickets probably are going to get so cheap on Second Market, SeatGeek, StubHub, all those sort of places
Yeah.
where it's like, oh man, like this is what we're doing now. But I think this is going to be the game that's going to be the deciding really factor for this club moving forward.
I'm with you. This is your get right game. This is to figure
Yep.
it all out. You might want to start Angel Rick. If you don't, you're going to. I don't know, but you're going to need this team to respond in a positive way, and you are
Yep.
going to have to not just get one, but now you're going to have to please yourself and the fan base. You're going to have to say, let's get 2 on the board. You're going to get 2 on the board. You're going to have to outscore, like you said. We it sounds like a broken record from us. Oh yeah, well, this
Yeah.
guy's only got 4 goals, but that guy shines the most. So you
Mm-hmm.
have to get at least 2 goals going in that first half. This is your get right game. Your offense has got to look
Yep.
better. Maybe this is a game for Albert Siller himself to kind of step up and try and let the game come to him. These get right games
Yes.
kind of help better the franchise, turn it around. But if you don't and you lose, yeah, it's only going to get like you say. You're mentioning teams now you're constantly looking up at, and that hole just keeps on getting deeper and deeper. So we're going to see if they can turn it around. But Steve, we do got to get into one of our favorite segments here on the program. But before I do that, before we get into one of our favorite segments on the program, did we go to Share Tickets Town? And we show these people the great Share Tickets Town. I know we did charity. Yeah, let's go to ShareTicketTown.com and then we'll get right back into it.
Great moments don't just happen, they happen with you in the crowd. Sherry'sTickets.com is easy to use and has no hidden fees. The price you see is the price you pay. Pay less, play more with Sherry'sTickets.com and get the tickets you want. Save even more by using the exclusive promo code EOP10 and share an experience that will live on. Don't pay hidden fees and save 10%. Why use any other ticket reseller and get those hard-to-come-by tickets to the big game? If you need a more personal touch, give them a call at 610-494-5050. Sherry'sTickets.com also has great theater and concert tickets that are hard to get your hands on. Remember, don't overpay with the rest and save with the best at Sherry'sTickets.com. For that next great moment, save 10% by using the promo code EOP10. Great moments start at Sherry'sTickets.com.
Thank you, Angry Anthony.
Nice
I mean,
jam.
Angry Anthony dives. But yeah, listen, favorite part of the program, out of market game to watch for this weekend. Where are you gonna go, Steve?
All right, the last 2 weeks I've taken yours. So,
Yes, you did. You
do you
did come
have
up with a
two?
great
Do you
insight.
have two? Do you have two, or do
All
you
right.
want to go first? Do you want to go first? Do you want to see if you can rob my game?
All right. Let me see if I can rob your game, and I'm gonna go right off the bat. I'm gonna go Charlotte at home against LA
Oh,
Galaxy.
nope. No. You didn't take mine. I'm the
Mm-hmm.
one that stood out. I thought you were going to take it. I thought you were going to take it. The NYCFC versus Red Bulls game.
The
Battle
Battle
of
of
New
New York.
York. Well, I guess really New
That's a
Jersey,
solid.
right? Because Red
Yes.
Bulls play in New Jersey, right? But
Yeah. Something.
the late night game versus Real Salt Lake in Colorado looks good too. Looks good too.
Wow.
Yes, that's
Yeah. I
what
want you.
what JD's.
It's JD Walker says the 65th minute, the highlight of the second half. The rubber end chanting, "Get the trash can!" Wow, for the NYC players down the way to for way too long. Yeah, that's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. Get the trash can. And listen, that Sons of Ben, that crowd don't hold back. I mean, whatever's on their tongue just comes
No,
right on out. It
no.
doesn't even hold back into the mind not 1 second. So, but anyway, um, yeah. So that's my Allen Market game. I want to go see Chargard. It's looking. It's gotten a lot better. This is going to be the ultimate test for
Yeah.
them to see how good they really are against that LA Galaxy team, and for LA Galaxy as well. I mean, kind of making a big splash, looking relevant again. And then you went to the Battle of New York, which should be a fun game. Both teams are really, really solid there in the East. And now, Steve, I got to ask you, Saturday. I mean, what do you bother to make on for a food? What do you bother to eat?
I even dug deep. I went and checked the weather, even to help decide what we were going to make. And it's only going to be like in the low 60s. It's going to be cloudy. And I'm just going to set myself up for, devastation. Going to make some homemade chili. Going to make some homemade chili.
Ooh,
Have that for the game. Yeah, have that for the game. And got to have comfort food for the
yes,
possible letdown and of what we keep witnessing. So
yes.
what about you? What are you working with?
Saturday. What am I going to whip up? I think with you. I might have to go. Uh, no, chili sounds like I want to get a grilled cheese and throw some pork roll in it, and then
Oh, nice,
if you could do that,
nice.
you get some pork roll, some some grilled cheese, just like you said, nice warm comfort food. It's the move to go with. You can't.
How'd he
I
go?
know. Thanks for implying that, Angry Anthony. Uh, so yeah, get a slice of grilled pork roll, throw it in your grilled cheese. It's perfect. You can't go wrong with it. It's it's
We got
spot
to
on.
talk to
So
we got to talk to Al about doing an EOP chili cook-off sort of deal.
yes,
Maybe
yes.
we got to have a.
And apparently, if you guys didn't know, if you guys check them out tomorrow, our man Phil Stifle will be here at 8 a.m. tomorrow morning. And if you guys didn't know about
Yes.
his pizza shop down there in Kennett Square, they're having a challenge, 100 foot or something pizza. It's a pizza challenge that he's putting
Oh,
out
yeah,
there.
yeah, yeah. I remember he was saying
Yeah,
that you got to come, that you got to come check it out. You got
yes,
to come try it. You got to go.
yeah.
You got
So
to
the
take the
gobbler's going to be
challenge.
doing the gobbler. The gobbler's going to do what he's got to do and handle some business. So, but anyway, guys, listen. This was a great episode. Again, if you guys have any more suggestions about about the team, how you feeling before we really get out of here? Quick plugs and thoughts, Steve. I'll let you go. Um, what's your final thought on this past weekend?
Just more questions than answers, and it's this midfield's got to get their act together. We know this team can play. Whether people keep saying, the team is stale, I kept saying that, but we know this team is talented. And it's too many individual standouts where this team needs to come together now. And this is, I said it a few minutes ago. This is the perfect game. You said it's the get right game, or it's
Mm-hmm.
going to be the game that, hey, yep, this is the game that maybe we need to break this thing up, you know. And so I'm hoping it's the get right game. I'm hoping this is like a 3-1, 3-0 sort of game. I'm kind of feeling like a 1-1 tie. Realistic. The optimism. My optimism isn't really high. They haven't really given us a reason to be high, but they
Mm-hmm.
just need to work together. This team knows how to play well. Jim knows how to manage well. This is the game that they need to prove it and get right.
I'm with.
And yeah,
Go ahead.
it's
I'm with you as well. This is your get right game. You need to get it together because if you don't, like you said, this might be the perfect time to break up the band,
mm, yeah.
and not in a good way either. You might want to start selling some pieces off, and it's a shame to say that. I know how tight this bunch is, all this, the stories there, but to me, if you lose this game, and say it's a 3-1 loss, to me that means that Jim Curtin's message is lost. It's lost,
Off the
it
locker
was
room.
like, and you could tell me that you give me the excuse because you weren't giving that excuse about a month ago when you didn't have Andre Blake and Silva was in there. Now all of a sudden, well, we don't have our best goaltender. Well, you weren't saying that about a month ago. You just don't. And you're right. I mean, listen, you're you you want to go that route. You don't have your best player, fine, but you can't be using excuses. You as a head coach, you need to come up with some better plays, and so forth. So, listen, guys, for me, Steve, we will be back here next week. Hopefully, we could talk something positive for once. Uh, Pat reminds me of someone who eats nachos with mayo. Listen, dude, I had my first grande nacho the other day. It was banging. Uh, so anyway, guys, for me, Steve, again, follow us on the Edge of Philly Sports Network. Get your guys, listen, we're always pumping out articles. Stay tuned on Edge of Philly Sports. We'll have you covered. Again, Soldier Steve, 24/7. Follow him on X. Guys, Pat from Andler, follow me on X. And guys, we will get back to you as soon as we can. But stay tuned, guys. Stay healthy. And go Union, as always.
Go Union. Later night.
Later, guys.